After seeing that short segment where Nicolas Cage returns as Superman Lives, or is finally Superman Lives for the very first time, Nicolas Cage reveals how we can see more of that type of Superman. So the Flash movie came out and, there was a lot of mixed reactions, though mostly positive, though mostly a lot of people didn't see it. But it is doing well in digital markets right now, yet it was still a box office failure. But despite all its CGI faults, I think one of the best scenes, at least for me, in the movie is that Nicolas Cage gets to actually finally don the suit as his Superman Lives character, even for a little bit. Yes, he does appear in the movie, an extensive cameo where he finally gets to fight off that big giant spider. But a lot of people didn't notice, but they even showed him fighting Doomsday. Just a really small little picture. Well, USA Today talked to Nicolas Cage and got his reaction for that little cameo. USA Today asks, your Superman Lives movie was infamously scrapped in the 90s, so what was it finally seeing yourself in the cape, battling a giant spider in The Flash? Nicolas Cage says, well, I was glad I didn't blink. For me, it was the feeling of being actualized. Even that look for that particular character, finally seeing it on screen, was satisfying. But as I said, it's quick. If you really want to know what I was going to do with that character, look at my performance in City of Angels. And that is an interesting notion that I never thought about, that even though we didn't get to see his actual performance in Superman Lives, Nicolas Cage is kind of saying that if you want to see more of that type of Superman, that type of character, we have to watch one of his movies that was back in the 90s, City of Angels. Now, City of Angels tells the story of an angel played by Nicolas Cage who falls in love with a mortal woman played by Meg Ryan, and he wishes to become human in order to be with her. So with the guidance of a man who has already made the transition from being an angel to human, Nicolas Cage, who plays the angel Cassiel, falls and discovers the human experience. Now, I remember enjoying this movie, yet it is kind of depressing at the same time. I may need to rewatch it now that Nicolas Cage says that's how you get more of his Superman. Nicolas Cage says, I was supposed to play Clark Kent after that in Superman Lives, and I was already developing this alien otherness playing this angel. That is a perfect example of the tonality you would have gotten for Kal-El and for Clark Kent. Clark would have been a little bit more amusing, but Kal-El had the sensitivity and the goodness and the vulnerability and all those feelings that were kind of angelic and also terrifying. So, hopefully, and I don't know if it ever will, maybe one day we'll get an animated version of Superman Lives. Why not? But like Nicolas Cage says, if you want to see more of that type of character, why don't you go check out City of Angels.